What is your American dream?
My American dream is hopes that one day all the soldiers will be returned home safely, whole, and that they will all get their benefits and whatever is due them. And that's the American dream, and that we can live in peace and harmony and skip all this hatred.
My American dream is that everybody go back to God.
My American dream is for all veterans to be honored, education to be for our children to be more accessible, and to honor our flag.
My American dream is to be anything you want to be. You get up and you work hard and it can be accomplished. That's the American dream.
My American dream is that everyone that wants to do better for themselves anywhere in the world has a chance to come here through the proper channels and become American citizens and build their careers and families for generations to come. Thank you very much.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Today is February 28th. My name is Brad Bernstein. We are now 6 weeks into coronavirus mania. That's what I'm calling it.
I hate it.
That's all I've been talking about all day. I've been talking about three things today.
Yeah.
Green cards, citizenship, and coronavirus.
With your clients?
With everybody.
Oh.
Whoever will listen to me.
Okay.
Okay.
So you just talk about green cards?
Sometimes I talk about with the clients they need a green card and then turns into coronavirus.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm talking about coronavirus and I say, by the way, do you need a green card? You know, it's all I'm obsessed with this. It's all intertwined. How are you feeling, by the way? Are you ill?
I am as bright as my shirt.
Because I'm having Alan, who is our head guy at the front desk over there. I'm having him take everybody's temperature as they come in now.
They didn't take mine.
Yeah, Alan, he's in a full hazmat suit.
Oh, is that why he was in that big old suit?
No, he's really kidding. No, none of that is true. All fake news. No, you can come. Nobody's taking your temperature here.
Yeah.
Although if you do look ill, I may not walk into the room to greet you.
Well, how are you feeling since you're talking about me?
I'm not feeling well.
You
see, you feel I'm raspy in my throat. I've been having a combination of sweats and
what?
Yeah, a little bit.
They said that there's some new cases in Long Island, Strong Island.
Right. Now I think I just have a cold because I did some research on the coronavirus. And
how would you know the difference?
Because I'm reading up on it. I've become an expert on it. And the difference between the coronavirus and having a cold is a cold, you have a stuffy nose, which is what I have right now. The coronavirus, you can't breathe, and you have trouble breathing, and that's why you end up in the hospital. So if during the show you see me having trouble breathing, please call 911.
I got you.
All right? And then run out of the studio.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
I'll have to be quarantined
But I just have a cold. But what's fun, I mean, it's not really funny. It's actually sad is now every time somebody feels a little
I'd be scared.
under the weather, you're like, should I be calling my doctor? Right. Do I got this coronavirus thing?
I mean, I feel like don't even risk it. I think you should. You should call your doctor.
I did call him.
Okay. I'm saying for everybody else too, because I
did
tell
call
this
him.
to my mom all the time.
Call him. He said, unless you have these other symptoms, you know.
Right. Yeah. But like, it's imperative to ask and question your doctor.
Right.
When you feel like you're sick, don't take life for granted. You know what I mean? So many people die just because they didn't go and check, get a checkup or
that's right.
Actually listen to their body.
That's
so
right.
Don't take your life for granted, y'all.
All right. Let's say hello to lots of people.
Yes.
Who enjoy life. Lots of people who do not take life for granted, that they enjoy every second of it.
Don Harriet said, I look scared. I am.
And
whenever anybody says they're sick in front of me within the past month, I am scared.
Are you scared to be next to me?
Yeah.
Just because I have a cold?
You kicked me out of the. I will never forget this. You kicked me out of the studio because I had food poisoning.
That is
It wasn't
correct.
even anything that was anything close to being airborne or contagious. I was sick from food poisoning, and he kicked me out.
And if you
Oh,
notice,
hell yeah, I'm scared.
and if you notice yesterday, Nesquik was
Kept on-
here,
kept
and
on
she
coughing.
was coughing on everybody. There wasn't anything she didn't cough on yesterday, including me.
Look at this right here.
Right? So that's right. You got the cross, so you
Got
didn't
my
get
cross
sick.
here.
Right.
Got my cross.
So she was. I don't know. Even during the show, she was coughing.
Yeah.
I had to stop what I was talking about. I just look at her and say, "When are you going to be done coughing already?" And so, lo and behold, what happens this morning? I wake up with a cold.
Nesquik done gave you the cold.
Nesquik gave me she gave
I'm
me
not
the
gonna
cold.
say the corona.
She didn't give me a corona.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
We're not even gonna play with that.
But she did give me a cold. I blame her. And what's very interesting is that she called in sick today.
Ooh.
She's supposed to be here, but she didn't want to cough on me again.
Ooh.
That Nesquik. Very quick to call in sick with a cold.
Right.
All right. We ready to say hello to the
Let's say
squad?
hi to them.
Somebody,
Let's get the show
I'm
started.
going to tell you something. These are people,
Oh.
this squad here, these are people who don't take life for granted. They enjoy life.
They
You want to
do.
know why I enjoy? You want to know why I know they enjoy life?
Why?
Because I love their comments. I love their energy. They make this show.
This is a fact.
Fact. Right?
This is-
Hashtag fact. Squad up Tamika Nelson. Squad up Mia Montauk. Kay Ann Forrester. Dionne Watson. How are you? Nina God Pickney. I was just talking to somebody. I said, we have a very loyal squad. They come and watch every day.
This is
which
fact.
not many shows can brag
Right.
about.
Yeah.
Simpson Dolores saying, hey, what's up? Tamika Nelson, I said already. Carol Anderson, the Tiger. Violet Blackwood, squad up. Dawn Harriet. Yeah, I would say Yo-Yo looks a bit scared today. Look at that face. Yeah, that's scared.
scared.
Sandra Salinas, how are you? Christy Consali. If you get sick tonight, are you going to blame me?
Can I cuss?
Yo-Yo's like, Yo-Yo said to me, he goes, listen, if I didn't think, you would care, I would just let you do the show by yourself today. But I would care about
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't want to do it by myself.
Yeah,
But you
I
were
would-
thinking about not walking in.
I would never think about that.
You were thinking
I
of,
came in sick before.
Yes.
I would never leave you. You're my brother.
Thank you. My Dukes! Not like me who throws you out, right?
Right,
You
right.
never. You know what? It's like when you're like when you blame your parent for something, like when you were 10 years old, and only you remember. Your parents like, what are you even
Like
talking
what?
about?
Yeah.
What? Right? It's
That's
you're gonna
me.
you're gonna
I'll
you're
remember
gonna
that
remember
for
that
the rest of my
forever.
life.
And in 10 years, I'm gonna be like, I don't remember ever throwing you out, right? Cordella Douglas, how are you? Carisha Copeland saying squad up. Angela Barrett, Mitzi McFarlane. Happy Friday to everybody on YouTube. Back it up, Ricky. Carol, the Top Cat Tigress 2, double fisting. Sweet Dot, saying squad up. Hello, Sweet Dot. Cindy Albert, Tracy Lacey. I love Tracy Lacey. I just like the name.
That is a fun name.
It's a fun name. And Pete with a question. We'll get to you in a little bit. Daniel Cadellis also with a question. We'll get to you in a little bit. Cordella Douglas, double fisting as well. Fahad Siddiqui, squad up. Genius Williams, squad up. Brad with a big bicep curl.
Yeah.
All right, showing the strength there. Showing the strength. And on Instagram,
Yes.
can't possibly be correct, where they say only 3 people are watching, and I have about 20 people to say hello to.
Well, they probably tuned in and then tuned out.
Maybe. Gorgeous has joined. Cordella Douglas, how are you? Jermaine 1876.
Did you not call Jessica Leamy?
I did not call Jessica Leamy.
And she is feeling some type of way.
Jessica Leamy Joel.
Said,
Brad, really? Not call my name? Jessica Leamy, sometimes even Uncle Brad makes an error. My apologies. All right.
There you go.
And Yo-Yo, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready for some schmoozing over here?
Absolutely. First things first, everybody on all social media, that is Facebook, that is Twitter, that is Instagram, that is YouTube. I need you all to join the Facebook fan pages, VIS, very important squad member. With that, you guys can actually put your question in any time of the day, and we're going to make sure that the first 5 people that do that, any time of the day, we're going to ask those questions before we actually ask any of the social media questions. So make sure you guys join that. It's very easy. All you have to do, you see join the squad, the Facebook squad. All you have to put is Brad Show Live in there. And then as long as it says join, that is going to be your way of requesting, and then we'll accept it. So make sure you guys do that right now. Now on Facebook, everybody, we need you guys to share, all right? This is why we say this every day, because it's that important. If it wasn't important, we wouldn't ask. We need y'all. I know that, like Brad said, we have some members that are just diehard, and I know I don't have to ever worry about them sharing. I looked on, I think it was yesterday's show, and I literally saw like 20 shares from Tamika Nelson, and it was to like so many different groups. It was like a reggae group, a Jamaican group, like there was so many groups that she was sharing to. So I don't really have to say it to you guys. I know you guys are gonna do that. You're gonna always hold us down and have our back. But I'm saying this to all of the members that don't really share, that don't really talk in the comment section. We need you guys to actually put the effort in, just like we're doing, all right? Just because we can't see it, you know, you're getting away with it, but we're not helping the amount of people that we could possibly be helping. So make sure you guys share. It's very easy. All you have to do is click the little arrow and share it, just like I said Tamika did, to groups.
Yo-Yo, do me a favor.
What's up?
Say hello to Asset Lindo. She's a little under the weather because we didn't say hello to her.
Asset Lindo. I see you said Brad's not said hi to me in so long. Asset Lindo, you know we love you over here. We love you so much.
Yo-Yo, give her a little more love.
Asset Lindo, I just love you so much. Brad and I talk about you all the time. You're one of the best members. You're like one of the top members, Asset Lindo.
We give you more conversation about Asset Lindo than anybody.
There you go.
There you go. Asset Lindo now feels the love.
There, and you better show it in the comments
That's
section.
right.
I was about to get on my knees. If he had said, show a little bit
I was about to tell Yo-Yo, why don't you go propose marriage?
Right. Okay, so now everybody put your comments and questions, anything that you want, put it in the comment section now on YouTube. First things first, everybody subscribe. Click that red rectangular button and that bell right next to it so you can make sure you find out anytime we go live or anytime we even upload a video. You never know. We do clips and snippets of the show and you'll get a notification anytime we do go on. And I need you guys to also share to your community. It's very easy. You could copy the link and send it in a text message app.
And by the way, pre-comment of the day by Jessica Kalimi. Big up your damn self, Asset.
Oh, okay, yeah, big up yourself.
Yeah, big up yourself, right?
Yeah, hey, listen, I do it. If somebody don't
That
show
just
me love,
made
I'm
me
showing
laugh.
myself love.
That made me laugh. But we
Yeah.
love Asset. We love Jessica Kalimi.
We do.
We're only
love
joking
all y'all.
around with everybody.
Yes, so everybody now on YouTube, I want to see how many, we have 18 likes. There's 74 people watching. So before we start schmoozing, I need that to go up. I need y'all to start pressing that thumbs up. I shouldn't have to always tell y'all should be able to do it yourself, but this is what I also get paid for, so I am going to tell you. Make sure you click the thumbs up. That little gray thumb on YouTube, make sure that turns blue. I want to see it go up right now. Everybody watching, do it right now.
I have a question for you. Maybe
What's up?
Julie could put it in my ear. Are we on Twitter? We are.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. I don't know who
What's up?
watches on Twitter.
I don't either.
Whoever's watching on Twitter,
Big
squad
ups
up.
to you.
Big up to you as well.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, get those thumbs up right now because Brad doesn't think that you guys listen to me. He thinks that you guys only listen to Nesquik. So let's prove him wrong.
But that is absolutely true.
That's absolutely not true.
Absolutely true.
That's absolutely not
when you tell
true.
people on YouTube. When you tell people on YouTube to turn that gray thumbs up from gray to blue,
And look how it's
nobody
going up.
ever does it. When Boss Lady does it, They listen.
Look, what is it at now?
32.
you
Boss
go.
lady would have had him at 60 already.
Oh boy, pish tosh, applesauce. Now everybody on Instagram, I need you all to send this in the DM. Send this to any of your friends, family, anything like that. But most importantly, we are having our competition and it's still going on. We're gonna pick names on Wednesday. So you see this photo right here. Make sure you go to Brad Show Live on Instagram. You're gonna find this photo that says $200 consultation fee that is going to be waived, and you're going to get a free consultation with Brad. Oh, do we have the video or the picture?
We should have a picture somewhere.
So you guys can see what the picture looks like. But if not, let me find out what number it is on
Want me
IG.
to look? Want me to
So
look while
it's
you're-
1, 2, 3, 4,
You got
5.
it?
So it's the fifth one. There you go. That's
All
what
right,
it is.
there it
The
is.
fifth picture. You will see this. Make sure you like the page. You have to like and follow the page, like this post, and then tag 5 friends. If you tag 5 friends, we'll put your name in the name machine once. If you tag 10, you put it in twice. If you tag 15, 3 times. 4 times. You could tag up to 20 friends, and we'll put your name in the name machine 4 times. So make sure you guys do that right now. All right. This is what you guys have been waiting for. This is where we schmooze with Brad.
Yo-Yo, I got a quiz for you.
Okay.
You know what tomorrow is?
It is leap year.
It is correct. It
Every
is
4
leap-
years.
Every 4 years,
The
and the
29th.
Gregorian calendar, which is what we follow here in the United States and what most people follow around
Which
the
is
world.
trifling.
It's an extra day is added. You want to know why that extra day is
I
added?
forgot. I
You
learned
don't
when I
know
was
why?
a kid. I remember when I was a kid, but
Because the Earth revolves around the sun not in 365 days, but 365 and a quarter days. So every 4 years, you would have to add one more year, or
One more.
actually January 1st would end up being January 2nd. I mean, December 31st.
Right.
You'd be behind a year.
Right.
So because it's not 365 days on the dot around the sun, it's 365 and a quarter days.
Wow.
And that's why we have a leap year. And do you want to know when you could always know in the future when the leap year is?
okay. How?
It's the year of the presidential election.
Oh.
The year of the presidential election is always, in the United States of America, is always the leap year.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And actually,
Do you know anybody that was born on the leap year?
I do not.
I do.
You do?
Yeah, my
And what
friend-
did they celebrate on March 1st or the 28th?
I don't know. It's just whenever they feel like it. I
Right.
mean,
Do they
at
think
that
they're
point,
like 75% less?
No.
No. Younger?
No.
No. All right. So that's what's going on. By the way, do you know when leap year started?
When?
46 BC.
What?
Yes, the practice of adding the extra day began with the creation of the Julian calendar, and it was decreed by Julius Caesar.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How the hell did they know?
Famous Julius Caesar, famous for the salad dressing, as well as leap year now.
You're gonna have them people really thinking that.
Well,
Not true, guys. Fake news.
You know,
so how the hell did they know that? Like, how'd they even calculate that? It's like, hey, that's an extra day in this the 4th year.
so meanwhile, federal workers who were sent to help the American citizens who came off of the cruise ships who had tested for coronavirus.
Yeah.
Apparently, the U.S. government sent them off without any protective gear, or not enough, or
Set them
proper.
off, like-
Sent them off to go help the people who are coming off of the cruise ships that were evacuated with American citizens to come back to the United States to stay in quarantine for 14 days. The Centers for Disease Control met many of these people. They were in full coronavirus protective gear with respirators, hazmat suits, gloves, masks. But people from the U.S. government, from the Administration for Children and Families, were not giving any protective
wow.
gear that the people from the Centers for Disease Control had. And as a result, there was a whistleblower complaint. And the whistleblower said he was or she was among a team of about a dozen employees from the agency who had been deployed to help connect the evacuees with government assistance that they might qualify to ease their return. And the team was with these people for a long period of time. And although team members had gloves at times and masks at other times, they lacked full protective gear and received no training on how to protect themselves.
That's not okay.
So now many of these people are now concerned that they themselves are going to come down with the coronavirus. Now and 1 second, I have a number 4. Now, Representative Jimmy Gomez, a Democrat of California, said the whistleblower recently contacted his office, also alleging retaliation by higher-ups in the Trump administration for blowing the whistle. Meanwhile, they say South Korea has the largest number. This is what's strange about the coronavirus thing, because the way people are counting the number of people who are ill with coronavirus. So right now you hear in the news that outside of China, the largest concentration of people with coronavirus, South Korea and Italy. And as a result, the United States has now put a travel warning to those countries.
Right.
Now, what health experts are saying is the reason why South Korea has more people who have tested positive for coronavirus, why their outbreak is bigger than in other areas. Why do you think?
I don't know.
Because they're better at counting the people who are sick. The huge discrepancy between South Korea and others really comes down to the diagnostic abilities of any particular country. Now, South Korea has tested more than 66,652 people for coronavirus as of 4 p.m. on Thursday, whereas Japan, for example, only tested 1,890 people for coronavirus. And the United States, where Donald Trump says there is no coronavirus, has only tested to this day 445 people. So when you see, was that Donald Trump licking his tongue?
No, y'all
Let's
are
go
so
back.
trifling for these pictures.
What is he doing there?
He's eating.
He's eating what?
Regardless of the fact, that's all he does.
This man is eating chocolate cake. I wonder if we have it here. If not, we'll talk about it on Monday. But there was a new. Okay, we'll get to it. So, any event, the reason why South Korea has more people who have tested positive for coronavirus than other countries is because they're testing everybody.
Right.
If the United States went out and tested 66,000 people, I would bet you that we would have a huge outbreak of coronavirus here in the United States.
So you think there's a lot more?
Correct. It's because the U.S. isn't testing anybody.
Right. And why is that?
Because Donald Trump doesn't want to have panic. Because if there's panic, the economy goes down the tubes. And what happens every leap year? There's a presidential election.
Right.
He wants to get reelected again. So he's telling everybody, we're doing a great job with coronavirus. Nobody's got it here.
I already know of a couple situations or people that work at hospitals that say they're not supposed to say, but they have people there that have coronavirus, but it's not coming out in the news.
Because they're not testing anybody.
Then I tell y'all, I said it's a lot worse than what it really is.
But isn't it
or what they're trying to tell us.
But isn't it really interesting where they say, oh my God, don't go to South Korea because they have a large quantity of people with coronavirus? It's only because they're testing everybody
there. They're
there.
actually testing them.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? You go to some other areas like, oh, there's no coronavirus here because nobody's been tested.
Right.
Meanwhile, the Centers for Disease Control came out last week and they said it's going to be at least 18 months until there is a vaccine.
What?
However, it just came out in the news today that Israeli scientists have said that they've come up with a vaccine that will be able to be produced to help people in the next 90 days.
Yeah. Come on now. We have a
scientists,
whole world full
yes,
of the smartest
so
scientists.
scientists
There's
at
no
the
way.
Galilee Research Institute, they're adapting a vaccine against the avian coronavirus infectious bronchitis virus, or the IBV, to work for the novel coronavirus known as the COVID. So they have a vaccine for a very similar virus. They're going to adapt that vaccine to protect people against the coronavirus. So hopefully they get that done in Israel and we can get that out to the population.
Right.
I would love to take that vaccine.
I definitely would too.
Yes. Pope Francis, did you see that?
No.
He's sick.
Oh, what?
People may think it's coronavirus, but we don't
damn.
know. Now, he took ill and canceled an event in Rome as the coronavirus locked down all of northern Italy. He had earlier this week prayed for coronavirus sufferers on Ash Wednesday, and while mask-free, without a mask, he took time to shake hands and kiss worshipers, including a child, in St. Peter's Square. Now, the Pope appeared to have a cold and spoke with a slightly hoarse voice at his general audience on Wednesday and coughed during an afternoon Ash Wednesday service in a Rome church. Interestingly enough, Boss Lady was also in Rome, and apparently got blessed by the Pope as well.
Fake news.
So apparently, Boss Lady got both me and the Pope. No, Boss Lady was not there. Now, after falling ill, he is carrying out the rest of his schedule in the Vatican. But now, Twitter and the internet are going crazy, saying that perhaps the reason why is because he has coronavirus, but nobody is.
That's horrible
Nobody's
to even
really said that.
assume that. Let it actually come out that he does instead of, that's kind of wishing it upon somebody. You bringing that into.
Now,
I
besides
don't
praying
play
for
with that.
all those dealing with coronavirus, Pope Francis also asked Catholics on Ash Wednesday to give up bad behavior on the internet for Lent. So apparently those prayers did not really come through because the internet is going crazy saying the man's got coronavirus.
Right.
Talking about coronavirus, sales of Corona beer are down, Yonathan.
Of course.
This is when you want to say, boy, can America get any more stupid than this? I thought America was stupid when we voted in Donald Trump. And I said, you know what, now that Donald Trump is president, I don't think America could do anything more stupid than that. Well, you know what? I was stupid and wrong because now America has done something even more stupid. They are not drinking Corona beer because many Americans feel that if you drink Corona beer, you will get the coronavirus. I am not making this up. A surprising 38% of beer drinkers insisted that they would not, under any circumstances, buy Corona beer as long as the deadly virus is spreading around the globe, because they feel that if they drink Corona beer, they will get the coronavirus.
I don't think they fear that.
But that's what they say.
I don't think that's why they're not buying it. I just think, because me personally, I would still buy it, but in the back of my head, I'm gonna be like, damn.
Now, of
the
those
same name as the coronavirus.
Now,
So
of those people who were asked that question, there's 38% of the beer drinkers are no longer drinking Corona beer. Corona beer has a huge problem because nobody wants to drink a virus.
Right.
28% of those said they are going to stay away from Instagram influencers because they may feel that the influencers may be carrying influenza.
Okay. Are you serious?
That's fake news.
I was saying, you never know with Americans these days.
right. No, but the Corona beer is true.
Yes.
The influencers and the influenza, that's fake news.
Corona should just come out with some marketing. This is where they need to hire their top dog marketers. Like, sip on some Corona, no virus, or I don't know, something.
They could do some sort of guerrilla marketing thing, right? Meanwhile, if you remember when Donald Trump killed that Iranian general.
Yes. Oh,
and,
God, yeah.
And Iran retaliated by lobbing some bombs at a U.S. military base.
Yes.
Donald Trump came out and he said, nobody's hurt, all is well. Which was a lie. And it turns out that over 100 servicemen and service women had some sort of brain or concussion syndrome and are sick as a result of the blasts or being near the blasts of the bombs that Iran lobbed in the United States. So now Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, he declined just today to apologize on Donald Trump's behalf for his comments downplaying the seriousness of the traumatic brain injuries suffered by U.S. service members in that Iranian missile attack. Now, Representative Brad Sherman, a California Democrat, asked the Secretary of State, Mr. Secretary, do you want to take this opportunity, it's a yes or no question, do you want to take the opportunity here today to apologize to those service members for trivializing their injuries? And Pompeo replied that he had never trivialized any injuries, so Sherman asked if he would like to apologize on behalf of the administration. Now, if you remember, Donald Trump said not only was nobody hurt, but he also said in another Twitter, maybe a couple of people have some headaches. Pompeo said we take seriously every American service member's life. It's why we've taken the very policies in Iran that we have. But he has refused to apologize to the men and women of the U.S. military who were severely injured, and Donald Trump downplayed that. The Federal Appeals Court has ruled against Donald Trump in two major immigration cases today. The court ruled that Trump's program to force migrants seeking asylum to wait in Mexico and a rule severely limiting the number of migrants who are eligible for asylum as being unconstitutional. It was from the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. They ruled 2-1 to reinstate a block on the policy forcing migrants seeking asylum in the United States to wait in Mexico while their cases play out. The court also ruled 3-0 to uphold a block on a rule seeking to bar asylum eligibility for migrants who cross the border between ports, meaning that they went to a third country, so you now can't apply for asylum in America. This will eventually make it all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court. In the most recent decision that came all the way up to the Supreme Court, Donald Trump has been making emergency applications to the United States Supreme Court. So when these lower courts have ruled against Trump, he makes emergency motions to bypass the Court of Appeals, which is the layer between the initial federal court and the Supreme Court.
Right.
And all of these appeals take years and years. And he's made emergency motions to have the Supreme Court decide these injunctions. The most recent emergency motion was on the affidavit of support changes that we've been talking about, where we now have this positive and negative factor. There was an injunction against the new affidavits of support. Donald Trump made an emergency motion to the Supreme Court of the United States. The Supreme Court lifted the injunction, which is now why we have the new affidavit of support requirements. If it had gone through the regular, appeals process, it would have been years and years and years before the Supreme Court finally made a decision. Now, Justice Sotomayor, who was appointed by Barack Obama, she had a scathing dissent on that emergency appeal, saying Donald Trump says everything's an emergency, and there is not anything that when there's a ruling against him that he brings right up to the Supreme Court of the United States, yells emergency, and makes the Supreme Court make a quick decision. And she said that it's really a miscarriage of justice to not allow these cases to go through the regular process and have a full and thorough vetting of all of the issues. So what did Donald Trump say to Sotomayor and also Justice Ginsburg? They should be recused from any Donald Trump lawsuits because they don't like me. He actually said that in a Twitter statement. So my guess is, now that this federal appeals court in California has ruled against the Trump administration, they were going to bypass the Court of Appeals. They're going to go right up to the Supreme Court of the United States, make an emergency motion saying these asylum seekers must stay in Mexico. It's an emergency. Make a decision. It's my guess of what's going to happen.
Right.
And right now, the Supreme Court is packed 5-4 in favor of Trump.
Oh, wow.
Every case is 5 Trumpers and 4 never Trumpers. And unfortunately, the whole Supreme Court has now been politicized. Finally, an ex-White House doctor said he was hiding vegetables in Donald Trump's mashed potatoes.
Wait, what?
Did you hear this?
No.
Yeah, now, we have seen him scarf down burritos.
Right.
We have seen him scarf
Chocolate
down
cake.
McDonald's, okay? He once had a football team over to the White House and had like 1,000 hamburgers in front of him. Well, this guy makes me look svelte, okay? If I was sitting next to Donald Trump, I would be the skinny guy in the picture.
Right.
That's how fat this guy is. All right. So now the former White House doctor Ronnie Jackson told the New York Times that staff placed cauliflower into his mashed potatoes and tried to hide the ice cream in the White House so he wouldn't eat it. He said Trump refuses to exercise.
Wow.
And now this was, by the way, 4 months after the same exact doctor stated in a news conference in 2018 that Donald Trump is in the best health of anybody.
What?
Yeah, apparently he's not. And apparently he's not. And apparently they're treating him like a little baby. All right? I mean, the only time I've ever heard of having to sneak vegetables and mashed potatoes
And hide the ice cream.
is like when you have like a 3-year-old in the house, right?
Well,
I mean, it's like a 3-year-old in the White House, right?
there you have it.
Yeah. By the way, you ever been to Disney World?
I have.
You've been on the
Orlando.
Jungle Cruise?
Yes.
All right. It's a very safe, quaint, quiet ride, right?
Yeah.
It's very easy, right?
Yeah.
Well, it sunk yesterday.
Ooh.
Yes. The passengers were going through a gentle tour of the
hell
Jungle
no.
Cruise, and basically the boat sunk to the bottom of the Jungle River.
Oh.
Now, every passenger exited the boat safely. Park officials worked to get the guests dry clothes. But can you imagine you're going on this nice little quaint ride and the whole thing just sinks to the bottom? So later
Wait,
that
don't they have like crocodiles and stuff in there?
No, they're all animated. They're fake crocodiles. It's not
they were
real.
fake.
It's not real.
They were fake.
Yeah, they're
They're
robot
robots.
crocodiles.
Okay. Hey.
Yeah. So later that day, now there are real crocodiles in the lakes that surround.
That's what it was.
Right, because if you
But
remember,
this one was the fake one.
correct. Now, if
Okay.
you remember, years ago there was a little child who went
Yeah.
into the lake near the Contemporary Resort in Walt Disney World. For those who know the Walt Disney World area, and was in knee deep and had a crocodile come and kill that child.
Yeah.
So there are crocodiles in the real lakes, but this was a
This one was the
fake
fake
lake.
one, right.
This was a fake
It's still
lake.
nasty water.
Yes. So later that day, a passenger aboard the sinking vessel posted photos of the mayhem. We just looked at that. She wrote on Twitter, "Our boat on the Jungle Cruise sank today," adding a picture of everybody whose feet were underwater. She continued to say, "Our skipper was awesome, used a radio to get help, and we did not have wet feet or wet clothes for very long. I can rest easy being part of the best Disney metaphor of all time." Now, Disney Dweller on Twitter, who is obviously a lover of Disney because their name is Disney Dweller, tweeted, "Imagine being a casual tourist on the Jungle Cruise boat and it just straight up sinks. And you don't know if it's part of the ride or not." Because if you don't know anything about the Jungle Cruise,
Right.
and all of a sudden it starts sinking, you're like, "Oh, this is a cool ride.
This is super realistic.
Super realistic." But why am I getting wet?
Right.
You know. So
That's funny.
what else is here? I think we're ready to move forward.
All right.
All right. Let's move forward. Tell them what we need to do while we get ready to answer some immigration questions.
Absolutely. All right, everybody on Facebook, you already know what time it is. It is time to start your watch parties. All right, it's very easy to do it. All you have to do is click on share, just like you see. It says start a watch party. When you say start a watch party, click on start, and it takes the video from our page to your page. You're able to be the host. You are the host with the most, or the hostess with the mostest. I want you guys to invite all your friends and family into that watch party. Talk to them, tell them about the show, and then bring them into the Brad Squad. I want you guys to introduce your friends and family into our Brad Squad, the main comment section, and just tag them in there. Tell them to come in. It's a great way to build a family. We're gonna all build up.
By the way, I don't want to encourage drinking in any way, shape, or form.
Why not?
Okay, maybe a little bit.
Friday.
My friend who watches.
It's Friday.
My friend friend who watches says he drinks a beer
Okay.
and watches my show.
Okay.
And every time he says he has a new game in his own head, every time Yo-Yo says the word watch party, he takes a big chug of beer. And he said the other night.
Watch party.
He said the other night, Yo-Yo got him drunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Start your watch party. Better take a swig. Take a swig. All right. Now on YouTube, I need you guys all to start subscribing. Tell all your friends and family to subscribe. It's very easy.
I thought you were going to say now on YouTube there is no watch party. But this is what you can do, right?
Look. I said it a couple of times already, so I need to give him a break. But yeah, so subscribe and click the little bell right next to it. Make sure you guys get notified anytime we come on. Please like the page right now. Like this video. Like this video on YouTube if you're on there. Turn that little gray thumb blue. I need you all to go in the comment section and tell all your friends and family or anybody that's watching to just encourage them to also like it and share this. Copy the link and send it in a text message app. All right, now on Instagram, remember we have the consultation, the free consultation going on right now. So you just have to find this post. It's the 5th one. It says 100% free consultation. And this is with Brad himself. You are able to give it to anybody, sell it, whatever you want to do. But it's very easy to enter into it. All you have to do is follow the page, Brad Show Live, find that picture, like it, and then tag 5, 10, 15, 20 people. However many, but make sure it's increments of 5. If you do 5, you get your name once in the drawing. 10 people, 2 times, and then so on. So make sure you guys do that. And also, everybody that's watching on Instagram Live right now, share it. It's very easy. Just DM it to your friends. All right? Even DM this to your friends. Tell them to tag 5 people, 10 people, because if they don't need it, you could take theirs if their name gets pulled out. It's that easy. You guys need to start working. I'm not going to give you all the, the secrets, but it's very easy to put your name in there more than 4 times. Just get some other people to tag 5 people as well. All right? So now, this is what the meat and potatoes of the show is. This is where you guys call in and get your answers.
Now, baby boy, you did a fabulous job. You got everybody starting their watch parties.
Yeah.
I take back everything I was saying yesterday about
Thank you.
saying Nesquik was doing a better. No, you did a great job today.
Thank
Congratulations. Congratulations.
With my Invisaligns in. I forgot to take them out, so it's a little hard to talk.
Let me say something to you. The reason why they call it Invisalign is nobody's supposed to know.
Right.
You and your big mouth,
I
right?
know.
All right, let's go to Marcia in Boynton Beach, Florida. Marcia.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Quick question. I am getting ready to file my N400 form.
Yes.
But I'm without my green card because it got stolen or misplaced.
That's fine. They have.
Should I?
You don't.
Go ahead.
They don't. You don't need to have your green card as long as you have some. You know what your alien registration number is or something. You can file your citizenship without it. They have a record of when you got your green card, so it's not like they don't have a record of it. The only thing is that if you file for your citizenship and you need to travel, you need to prove that you're legal in America, you need to renew your driver's license, you're also going to have to file a separate filing fee for the green card.
Oh, no, I'm not doing any traveling. So
okay, so just file your citizenship then. It's fine.
All right, I have the front cover of it. Just send it off with the application. And,
yep.
All right, then. Thank you.
Just make sure your alien registration number is right.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
have
Marcia,
a good day.
luck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go to Collins in San Antonio, Texas. Collins.
Hello.
Hi, Collins. How are you?
I'm good, Brad.
What's going on?
So, I'm good. I filed for my I-130 on May 29, 2018. So I went for my interview on August 2019. Then by November 2019, I got my conditional green card. So on the green card, it says resident since May 29, 2018, expired May 29, 2020. So is that normal? Should I go ahead and file for my removal of condition?
Your residence expires in May of 2020?
Yeah, but it says resident since May 2018. That was the day I filed for my I-130.
No, that's an error. on the card. I would file an I-90 to get a replacement card with the correct information.
Wow.
Okay.
So I don't have to file for removal of condition?
If you're telling me you just got your green card 3 months ago, it doesn't sound like there's an error on the green card?
Yeah. So I guess it's error, right?
Right. That's what it sounds like to me. You know, if you want to be smart, have a consultation. Let me look at everything and confirm what you're telling me.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Hold on 1 second. I guess he doesn't want the consultation because you know what that gulp means?
Yeah.
Goodbye. Okay. I told him what to do, though. Mike in Minneapolis. Mike.
Hello, Uncle Brad. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
Sorry, I called you yesterday, because I got confused. So I have two questions,
What?
So what is the difference between I-944 and the form DS-5540? And my second question is, if I'm going for my consular processing, so I have to file the bond, kind of thing before, or I have to wait for the USCIS notification?
You have to wait for the notification. The DS form sounds like the same as the I-944 form. It's just one is from the Department of State, one's from Immigration.
So for the consular processing, I have to file the DS-5540?
Let me look to see because this is all new, and one thing Uncle Brad is not good at is remembering form names. So let me see.
I got it.
So what is it? The DS, what is it? The DS?
5540.
5440?
Yeah, it's 5540.
Oh, that's 5540. Let's see what that is. And then I'll tell you. The DS 5540 is, what is the DS 5540? It's not popping up here. Oh, here it is. You have to do that. You have to do the DS 554 and the 944. You got to do both. But you're gonna follow the directions of the Department of State. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
All right.
Okay, so and the bond one, I'm I don't know how to do the bond, $8,100. I have to pay the money, or surety kind of thing,
Well, what you would do is if you choose to, you can check off that you're going to do it, and then they'll give you instructions on how to do it.
Okay.
All right. I mean, this is all new.
All right.
This is all new. So I can tell you right now, as far as I'm aware, there's not a human being who's paid the bond. Okay? But what I would do is if that's what you choose to do, that you're willing to pay the bond, fill out that portion, and they'll give you instructions on how to do it.
Because I have a co-sponsor, and he's making $90,000, $95,000,
Right. Well, if you want, I could look at all your documentation, then I'll tell you, what you should do. It's up to you.
Because my lawyer is not smart like you, because that's what I'm saying.
Well, not many lawyers are smart like me. Well, actually, they're smart lawyers. I'll tell you. You want to know the truth? I'll be honest with you. Okay, I'll be totally honest with you. And I just had an interview with a lawyer today, and I said to the lawyer, I said, you know the difference between a good lawyer and a successful lawyer? And the lawyer said, no, I don't know what the difference is. I said, because I would say most lawyers know the law. Most lawyers, could read a book and, know the law. Now, you're asking me a question about a specific form that just came out 4 days ago. And to tell you the truth, yeah, I'm a smart guy, but I haven't really studied these forms a lot yet. So, I mean, that's why I said I got to look and see which form you're talking about. Not because I'm not a smart guy. It's just I haven't had an opportunity yet to take a look at all these forms. These are all brand new forms. With that being said, I'm going to tell you the difference, in my opinion, between a successful lawyer like myself and good lawyers. There's lots of good lawyers. Successful lawyers know how to communicate. So they know how to make sure that their clients understand what's going on. They know how to relate to the client, understand the client, and keep everybody calm. Keep you confident and keep everybody calm. And then when
every day it cuts me out, because I never find you before. So
when lawyers aren't able to do that, what do? They stress you out. And when you get stressed out, you can't make good decisions. You make people who are under stress make bad decisions. People who are calm make smart and good decisions. So successful lawyers are going to keep their clients calm, cool, and have everybody make good decisions. All right?
I think I'll, Brad, thank you so much for your...
Yeah, but if you're asking me the actual form, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't really studied the forms that much. I was on vacation. I just came back 2 days ago. It's 4 days. But if you want, have a consultation with me, and I'll be happy to tell you.
Yeah, I will love to do that.
Okay, so hold on one second. Hold on.
Thank you, Uncle Brad.
All right. Let's go to Michelle in Atlanta, Georgia. Michelle.
Hey, Brad.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I'm getting married soon, but I'm getting food stamp and cash assistance. Is that gonna be a problem when my husband is ready to petition for me?
Why are you getting food stamps if I assume you're not out, it's for your children, I assume.
Yes, from my son, yeah.
Okay, that is not a problem because your children are not counted in terms of having consideration of food stamps and Medicaid. So it's perfectly fine. So when you are the out-of-status person, okay, you're only getting Medicaid and food stamps for your U.S. citizen children or permanent resident children, and they don't count food stamps and Medicaid for children under 18, or you're getting some sort of Medicaid because of some emergency situation or you're pregnant, that's also not counted. So for people generally, I don't know where the situation is going to be where somebody who's out of status who gets food stamps for their family or because of an emergency situation is going to be counted against in these new affidavit of support rules. The problem is going to be when the petitioner, the U.S. citizen husband, the U.S. citizen wife, when they're collecting food stamps, Medicaid, that's when it becomes problematic. So for you, based on what you're telling me, you'll be fine.
Okay, so what if I'm getting those assistance in a different state than the state that I'm living in with my husband?
Why are you getting the assistance in a different state for a child? Is the child living with you?
Yes, sir. What happened? I was living in that state, and then I moved to the state that my my future husband is going to be in.
So then move all the benefits to the new state.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
You're
much.
very
Really
welcome.
appreciate it.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to Yvonne in the Bronx. Yvonne.
Yes, brother. Good afternoon,
Good
Bronx.
afternoon. How you doing?
Okay. I'd like to ask a quick question.
Yes.
About 3 years ago, I used to get food stamp because I wasn't working as much money. I petitioned for my daughter and her children from 2012. They are waiting on Jamaican embassy. Will that affect them?
No, because it was more than 3 years ago.
If it's under 3 years?
If it was more than 3 years, it has no effect on them.
Okay. What if it's under 3 years?
Well, then, if it was under 3 years, I would just, if it's close to 3 years, just delay the case a few more months until you hit the 3 year mark. If it was like last year, you're not going to delay the case for 2 more years. You're going to have to come in with more positive evidence to overcome.
No, what I'm saying, they have approved already. They are waiting on Jamaica to do interview.
Let me ask you a question instead of guessing. When was the last time you got food stamps and Medicaid?
I don't get Medicaid. I get food stamps, but I used to work.
When? Give me the date.
Over 2 years ago. Over 2 years.
Okay, over 2 years.
But I was still working.
What was the day? We're now in March of 2020. What was the last day?
I'd have to go to the office and sign. I don't remember.
All right, so let's figure it out. Because if they're waiting on a green card and their interview is going to be in 6 more months, maybe you're at the 3 year mark already. We don't have to worry about it.
Okay. So what the best thing to do? Check when the last time I get it?
Correct, and then call me back on the show, and then I'll tell you what to do.
Okay, I'll come in and see. I know you're
Okay, fine.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Yeah,
and by the way, the answer is if they're going in for an interview tomorrow and you're not at that 3 year mark, it doesn't mean your children are not going to get green cards. It just means that there is a very strong negative against them for getting a green card. So when you have a very strong negative against somebody for getting a green card, and that's actually the terms they use, is a strong negative, a strong positive. You need to come in with some strong positive. It's a balancing act. So if you have a scale in front of you, and boom, we throw the Medicaid on the negative, and the scale goes like this. I'm putting my hand the wrong way. And the scale goes like this. We got to throw something on the positive hand to get the scale back to even. So what are we going to throw? A good affidavit of support by somebody who makes a couple $100,000? We're going to throw good job letters for your children, that they have jobs. What else are we going to throw on the positive side? They have an education or skills that will be easily allow them to switch jobs and be fully employed. Maybe you'll get them health insurance. Maybe we'll show that they're very healthy people. They're not going to go on Medicaid. There's lots of positive things that we can do to overcome this very bad negative if the petitioner was on child support, on food stamps or on Medicaid or any other sort of need-based government assistance, but it's going to be on a case-by-case basis. If, for example, this lady, she was on food stamps 2 years and 9 months ago, well, then my advice would be let's delay the interview for 90 days. It's not the end of the world. So at 90 days, it's past 3 years, guess what? We now have this negative. Boy, I'm really bad with my hands here. We have this negative. Wait, this is the positive. That's the negative hand. We have the negative. The food stamps comes off. It's even without even having to provide any more documentation. And by the way, I'm not as uncoordinated as it may seem with this, but I'm looking at a TV, which is the absolute mirror difference than what I'm doing.
The opposite, yeah.
It's the opposite. And I'm talking as well live.
You're good, though. You got it.
So I don't want the people to think I'm completely uncoordinated, although I'm a little uncoordinated. All right, let's go to Shereen in Queens. Shereen.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Not too bad. I just need a little clarity on the ITIN number.
Yes.
So I applied for the ITIN number last year, April. That's 2019.
Yes.
And the tax person, they said that they had to attach a tax return.
Correct.
But I wasn't really doing a real job, but I was helping a friend. And
did you get paid?
Would be like $50 like once a week. I will help them to declutter their home.
All right, so you made $50 once a week.
Right, so that's what I told them, that I wasn't doing a real job, but I help a friend.
Okay, one second. Let me explain something to you with taxes. Okay, $50 once a week is times, assuming you work, let's say you took 2 weeks vacation, you worked 50 weeks. So what's 50 weeks times $50? It's $2,500. Am I doing that math right? So you earn $2,500. What the law says is that if you earn more than $400 in any given year, you have to file a tax return.
Right.
So let me just finish, and then I'll just for clarity's sake, and then I'll let you ask your question. Okay. So you earned more than $400 for the year, helping out your friend, decluttering whatever he's decluttering, $50 a week. You earned $2,500. So you have to file a tax return, even though you only earned $2,500. And you're like, wow, that's crazy. I'm not going to get taxed on $2,500. Excuse me. The answer is no, you're not going to be taxed on $2,500 because the tax goes into effect, I think it's $7,000 or $8,000, whatever the amount is. So even though there's no tax, you still have to file the tax return. Those are two separate issues. So the accountant was correct in filing that tax return and declaring that you earned $2,500 and then you don't pay any tax on it. You can still apply for a W-7 for a taxpayer identification.
Yes, I did, and I get it.
Great. So now the question is
I got the ITIN, and so he did it, and I had to pay them back like $200 and something. But that tax return would have gone for like the 2018, correct? Because I did it last year, April.
Right.
So I wanted to know, because I came here like 2017, like the first week in November.
Uh-huh.
So would that go against me? Like I was working for the 3 months before my 3 month was up? Because I came like the first week in November of 2017.
Well, I don't think by filing between me and you and thousands of people watching, I don't think it says on a tax return the day you started working. So unless you start telling everybody in the world this is when you started working, your tax return doesn't indicate the day you worked. It just says what income you earned. You could have earned all that income in December of 2018, 1 year after you came. Hypothetically. But the fact is, if you did work within your first 90 days, I don't want you to lie. That's the truth. That's the truth. And you would, if and when you need to apply for a green card, you may need a waiver.
Okay. No, yeah. So my mom actually filed for me last year. So I will have to go home and come back.
Well, yeah. Well, what I would suggest you do is have a consultation with me before you do anything else.
Okay.
All right. So hold on one second. All right. Let's go to Kiddist or Kitist or Kadist. One of the three in Washington, D.C. How do you pronounce your name?
Kadist.
Kadist.
Oh, she's
Yes. Hi, Brad.
She's what?
She's either Ethiopian or Eritrean.
Are you Ethiopian or Eritrean?
Yes, Ethiopian.
Ethiopian.
Kadist.
Yes.
Go say hello to your countryman.
I have an aunt named Kadist.
Countryman.
Yeah.
All right. Only Yonathan would know that because of his aunts, right? I didn't know. I wouldn't have known that. All right. What can I do to help you?
Hi, Brad. I filed I-130 for my husband. I'm a U.S. citizen a year ago, and they asked me, they sent me RAC for his divorce paper, which I provide right away.
Right.
But since then, nothing happened. Even if it's out of processing time, I opened 2 service requests, but they keep on telling me to wait. So what should I do?
How long has it been now?
A year ago.
All right. If it's more than 12 months, I think the next step would be to threaten a mandamus. You can do it yourself, or you can come to us. And if you came to us, what we'd do is we'd actually put together a lawsuit. Not file it with court, but just put it together and send it to the head of the immigration service, wherever your case is. Also send it to the litigation unit, wherever your case is, and say, this is coming right down your throat, pal, unless you do something. And usually they do. Okay. All right, so hold on one second. That would be that's how I would handle it. So hold on one second. I don't usually, but just so you know, I don't actually write a letter, this is coming down your throat.
Right.
Okay, I was being dramatic.
Which is very Brad style.
Correct. But we don't say, this is coming down your throat, pal. I don't usually write letters like that. All right, let's go to Steve in Queens. Steve.
Hey, Brad. Good evening.
Good evening. What's up?
Yeah, just a quick question.
Yes.
Yes, I filed for Chapter 7. Would that be a problem when I'm filing for my wife?
You're talking about bankruptcy?
Yeah.
No, bankruptcy has no effect on filing for your wife.
Okay.
All right.
Okay then. I'm just to let you know I'm coming to see you within like a few weeks.
All right. Look forward to it. Hold on. Let's go to John in Lawrence, New Jersey. John. Sounds like Teletubbies is on.
It's definitely a cartoon for the kids.
John in Lawrence, New Jersey.
Hello?
How are you, John?
I'm fine. So I'm happy to finally get you. I'm can tell you that you did a good job in the community. A lot of people talk about you all over the country. I can believe it. All over the whole country, they talk about you. They even know you, but they listen about your show every day.
Where is this?
Yes.
What country?
I said a lot of people all over the country talk about you.
All over this country, United States of America. Thank you.
Yeah, because I'm a truck driver, so usually I drive a lot, and then so when I talk to people, even I go with the truck any place, I hear they talk good news about you.
Wow, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Which goes to show you that I think Facebook and YouTube lies on the number of people who watch our show.
I agree.
Now continue, John.
Yes, you know why? I have no choice. When I drive and then so when I talk to people, because I get married with my wife,
right.
She has a little problem. Then so they said, why don't you try to go to Brad show or go give it a kiss and then I know he can handle it, or try to listen to the show and then you have to know what you're supposed to do.
All right, thank you. So what is your question today, John?
My question for today, I get married with my wife, and then so I'm citizen.
Right.
So I try to provide her a green card, but the way she come in America, she from Haiti. She don't have any visa, but I try to get a waiver approved. The waiver approved in September 2019. When I'm talking to you, I went at National Visa Center about what's next step. They said they're gonna send the waiver to my package to my wife's package to Haiti, something like that. They want me on December.
Why does she need a waiver?
Because she don't come with a visa.
Oh, she's here in the United States now.
Yes.
So you're doing a provisional waiver for her. I understand.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Now, so they want me on December 2019. They said the case forward. The National Visa Center said the case forward to Haiti. I never hear nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do because it's been a long time.
Well, if the case was transferred to Haiti, someone's got to call the U.S. Embassy in Haiti and say, hey, what's up? What's going on here? You can do it, I can do it, but somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, but I tried one time. U.S. Embassy in Haiti said there is a strike in Haiti. They have 2 months left for the other people. They say they could not call me until they need me. They need my wife. I never hear nothing again. I don't know
so
when they're going to call.
Then come to see me. You're in Lawrence, New Jersey. Come see me. We'll call the embassy and see what we can do to help. Hold on. All right.
Okay.
Now the other thing, just so you know, and you can listen to this too before I put you on hold. And I'm just thinking in my own head now. Before February 24th, you did a provisional waiver. You were certain to go home and come back. Now you got to be 100% certain those affidavits of support, those 944s, the DS forms, with all these additional positive and negative things are in your favor before you send your relative home, because you don't want to get stuck back home with affidavit of support problems. So just something to keep in mind. All right, so hold on 1 second, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Let's go to Anthony in Raleigh, North Carolina. Anthony.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Okay, basically I got a quick question here, Brad.
Yes.
Okay, I have a friend here. He came on a B1 visa. Okay, and he overstayed, so he's out of status, but he worked on his Social Security number.
Okay.
And he filed tax return last year, and basically IRS wrote him regarding tax return. Is that a problem?
No. Whether you're in status or out of status, whether you're working legally or you're working unlawfully, you have to file a tax return. That's what the law says.
Okay, but he haven't filed it for 4 years.
He has not filed it for 4 years?
No, but he wanted to do it you want to start to file it from...
Let him come see Carmel in my office. We'll fix his taxes for him.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's go to Kelly in Waterbury, Connecticut. Kelly.
Hi, Brad.
Hi,
how are you?
How you doing?
Good. So I'm good. So I was just listening to the caller that just called before the last one, and I was laughing with my husband saying that Trump is going to petition to get you off the radio, off Facebook, and all these social medias because you're like the best lawyer ever.
Oh, thank you very much. Right. Well, then don't tell Trump I exist. Let's keep it between us.
Keep it on the low.
So no, because I have one question, but I'm more so only calling you to give you some endorsement.
Okay.
So I called you 6 months ago. I was in a frenzy because I spoke to a lawyer and they told me that I was going to get deported, all kinds of stuff. Yesterday I swore in and I became a citizen.
Oh, congratulations.
So
what did I do to help all of this? Just tell me what I did. I don't remember our telephone call, so tell me what I did to help. And I'm glad I did.
So I'm Telly. I called. I'm the one who kind of had to beat up a girl because she wasn't, she was too much. I had to put her in her place, and I got arrested, and I was scared, and all that stuff. I came down to New York to see you. I had a lawyer prior to you telling me that I would never become a citizen, and this was all like 6 months ago. Now, I just want, the people, your listeners, guys, if you guys are listening, Brad is a great lawyer, and I don't want you guys to freak out, in regards to, the payments and stuff like that. Get you a lawyer. They'll work with you. They'll put you on a payment plan and get your process going. It's not as crazy as the fees are not as crazy as you guys think it is. I didn't have the money right out of pocket, but they work with me, and they got today. I'm a day into my citizenship.
Congratulations!
So
now I want you to know something. Kelly is so happy because I don't remember meeting her, but I'm glad that we all worked it out with her. Okay, and I'm glad you followed my advice. And I can tell you, God should strike me down. Nobody, as far as I'm aware, told you to call. This is not a setup.
No,
you're just really very happy
Absolutely
and thankful that you're a citizen. And congratulations. I'm glad we were able to help.
Absolutely not. So Marina was my lawyer.
Right.
And she came and she sat with me because of the arrest. I was nervous. She sat there with me. And another thing, I still listen to your show, and I heard like people calling in saying that, that immigration lawyer officers has been saying that, they've been traveling, they stayed a period of time out of the country, which they didn't. And, for some reason, during my interview, they kind of said that I was out of the country for like a whole year. And I'm like, never. And Morena was like, no, that must have been a misprint on typo on your guys' end because that's not what we submitted. She had documents to prove that that's not what she submitted. So the immigration officer was like, oh, well, maybe there was, maybe there's a glitch in the system because they got all new
By the way,
systems,
that's interesting because we took a call yesterday from I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago from a woman who had a similar situation. I wonder if, and I don't know because it's just conjecture. I have no idea. But it's interesting now. This is the second time we've heard that this week. I'm glad Marina was with you to straighten that out. That other lady,
because if she wasn't there, that could have been a denial.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
That other lady had no lawyer, and look what happened to her.
Right, exactly my point. So that's why I wanted to call people to let them know, guys, just do it, do the right thing, get your peace of mind. Just do the right thing. You can't go wrong. So my question is,
and by the
now
way,
that I'm
thank
a
you, Kelly.
citizen,
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Now that I'm a citizen, how do I go about getting my passport?
You just have to go.
What do I need?
Just go download on Google passport application, and then you fill it out and bring it into the post office, and they'll take it from you.
So do I need my certification? What do I need?
You need
to bring with me?
your naturalization.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
And you're going to submit the original. They'll all mail it back to you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Brad. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys.
Congratulations.
You guys can't go wrong.
Thank you, Kelly.
He's his entire office is about the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Thank you.
Okay.
I agree. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and thank you. And most importantly, congratulations. I'm glad we were able to make a difference. So thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Sometimes I don't even know I'm making a difference, and I'm making a difference.
I love it.
Right?
That was real touching.
Yes. All right. Let's go to Andrea in Orlando, Florida. Andrea. Watch. She goes, Brad, you're an idiot.
Brad.
No, she's not going to say that. Brad, how are you?
I received I-864 RFE for my daughter.
Right.
But my priority date is in September 24, 2019. For the correction, do I have to use the 2019 taxes, or I could still use my 2018?
When is the interview?
It's not an interview. It was a RFE for the I-864 for my daughter.
You don't need your 2019 taxes yet because they're not due until April 15th.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Let's go to Edward in Montreal. Edward.
Yes, Brad.
You
helped me about 10 years ago when I was homeless.
Wow.
10 years ago, I was homeless. You had another office back in the days. Anyway, I remember it's a small world. This is what's happening.
Wow.
seriously, you gave me a help. I was broke, and you gave me $20, and that's the money that I had to go and get my tokens to go to work.
Wow.
Anyway.
Okay.
This is my situation.
Right.
My wife is a nurse, Filipino. She got married through me, and she got her green card. She's got a job temporary in New York, and I live in North Dakota now. We reside. We did all our paperwork in North Dakota. Now, my concern and our concern for her is that can she go to work in New York while I'm working in another state, but we reside in North Dakota? I work in the oil field, so I'm mostly bouncing around on a job assignment, 2 weeks on, 1 week off, and sometimes they tell me I got to go to this state or another state or whatever the assignment is. But we reside in North Dakota. Can she have a problem while she has her, she's going to do her fingerprint next?
You need to have a domicile where this is your home, where you live together.
Yes, you have that. I have that.
Where is it? Where is it?
In North Dakota.
Okay, so then that's where she should be living. If she is going to move to New York, then you move to New York. You live with her in New York.
I cannot move to New York.
Let me finish, Edward. You move to New York. You work in North Dakota. You come back to New York when you're not working. But you can't.
On my week off.
It can't be a situation where you live and work in North Dakota, your wife lives and works in New York. That's not going to fly with immigration. I understand, because from talking to other people in the oil business up in North Dakota, you're in the middle of nowhere. It's mostly men there. There's nothing for the wife to do. I get it. But
no, she has a job. She is working in North Dakota, but she got a job offer temporary in North Dakota, in New York City as a nurse. Just temporary.
Okay, Edward, what I would suggest, it's not worth it to make a couple of extra dollars, or maybe even double her salary, and lose your green card.
Yeah, right. 46.
So stay
No. Wait, hold on. So you're saying her interview? I mean, her interview will be here for her U.S. citizenship.
For a green card.
No. Misunderstanding. Her U.S. She is already a green card holder.
Got it.
But she's going for her U.S. Next week. She's going for her fingerprints.
All right. So
let me
explain. If she's basing her U.S. citizenship on 3 years, you and her have to live together in the same house. Other than that, they'll deny it. If she says, you know what, I could wait 5 years to become a citizen, let her move to New York. That's what it comes down to.
So you're saying that her interview is here, but she got a job offer temporary in New York. So you're saying it ain't worth it.
I'm not saying it's not worth it, because she's legal. What I'm saying is...
Yeah, she's legal.
What I'm saying is that if she's not living with you on a day-to-day basis, they're going to deny her citizenship. She'll keep her green card. She can file her citizenship again at the 5-year anniversary. Or she can stay in North Dakota with you.
So she may as well wait for her interview in North Dakota and wait, and then after that, then she can go. Then we can fucking go to. Excuse my language. Then she can go to New York.
He's working on too many oil rigs.
Yeah, I am.
The answer is yes.
Brad, you saved me $150. I'm gonna do something back to you.
What?
Everyone in the United States, everybody around the world, Brad is the #1 person as a lawyer, and his gang, his workers that work with him, the whole entire office. I blessed this company. 10 years ago, I was homeless. He gave me $20 and says, "Don't do drugs." Thank you, Brad. It's a freaking small world.
Wow.
All right.
That's a testimony.
It's a testimony. I gave him $20. I feel like a cheap guy. I should have given him more.
And told him, don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Well, I'm glad it worked out. You know what? It's amazing. Who knows how his life would have been, right?
Yeah.
Look at you guys.
I'm crying right now as a man, but man, you just saved me $150 or $200 to go to some lawyer who can't give me a straight answer, and he just told me it ain't worth it to go and work in New York for $46 an hour as a nurse. Just wait for your interview at the particular state because they're going to deny me.
Correct.
I mean, not deny me.
They'll deny
her.
They absolutely would. Now, I want you to know something. That was the best $20 I think I ever spent in my life.
There you go.
Because here's a guy now. Okay, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, wow, I spent $20 very good on Edward.
Yeah. Do you remember when you had your office 10 years ago?
In the Bronx or Queens? Was it Bronx or Queens?
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
Right. Now, because you work on the oil rigs, you're making a lot of money over there now. So he turned his life around.
Well, I came here 5 years ago, but it's a long story. But anyway, Brad and the gang squad, bless you, give you more work, and more people to give them jobs. And the people who have issues, the ones who are legal or not legal, you are welcome to come to this company and get your situation straight.
Good.
Situation.
Yeah. Get your situation. Edward, thank you very much. I appreciate it, all right? But keep it
Thank you for helping me 10 years
Edward,
ago.
do me a favor.
That's
Keep it on the low. Keep it on the low key that I gave you $20. Everyone's gonna come in now and ask me for $20.
Look at my face. if you can see the dollar signs on my eyes.
Yo-Yo's like, where's my $20, right?
No.
All right, Edward. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
All right. Get your situation. Let's go to Nee in Farnham, Virginia. Nee.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine. Are you?
What's going on?
Yeah, I have two questions.
Yeah.
I called some time ago on your show concerning my wife. My application was denied adjustment of status.
Yeah.
Due to no submission of affidavit of support and death certificate. Right now, we want to refile, but I don't know if I can file work authorization alone because I'm really down, no work.
You have to file. You got to file the whole adjustment with the work permit again.
How long am I going to have the work authorization if I file all together?
Yes, you'll get it in about 4 to 5 months.
Okay. Second question. My wife, she is now moving away from where we live now. We're trying to move to other states, and she just get a new job, and the job she's been paid $15 now. Can she be my sponsor now?
I don't know. I would have to see your tax returns. So hold on 1 second, all right? Hold on. I don't know. If she makes $50 an hour, a day, a week, I got to see the tax returns.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what I got here on my sheet here. Yo-Yo. Let's see.
What we got?
Let's see. It says, 1 second. Schmoozing with Brad. Answer questions. Give Yo-Yo $20. Who wrote give Yo-Yo $20 on this?
Not
now,
me.
I don't... In today's Smart Bernstein Close-Up, personal injury attorney David Levy tells us how clients can make their cases easier for their attorney to handle in order to get them the best results possible. Let's watch.
One of the most common questions that I get from personal injury clients is, David, how much do you think my case is worth? And the answer to that is your case is as good as your attorney. The better your attorney, the more likely you're going to be getting a settlement that you're happy with or a verdict that you're happy with. Quite frankly, it all comes down to the legal representation that you have. The effectiveness of your attorney is going to determine the amount of your settlement, in part. Great attorneys will dot all their I's, cross all their T's. They're going to apply something what I like to call TLC to your case. That's tender, loving care. An attorney who is well prepared, who is competent in what they do, who is a great writer, who is a great oral speaker, who knows the law inside out, who has great customer relations, is going to maximize the chances of you getting a settlement that you're going to be happy with. Another factor, aside from having experienced and competent legal counsel, is it comes down to the injury that somebody received. A broken back is worth more than a broken toe. A broken arm is worth more than a sprained neck. So obviously the extent of the injury suffered is going to determine the eventual outcome of the case, which is why I believe the standard is not what every case is worth. It's really impossible, and any attorney who tells you otherwise is doing you a disservice. It's impossible to predict what a case is worth. A better way of looking at it is, did your attorney get you maximum value for your injuries for the type of case that you have? So if somebody is in a car accident where they're rear-ended and they suffered a broken elbow, one attorney may recover $300,000 on that case, another attorney might recover $50,000 on that case, and another attorney might recover $20,000 on that case. The different recoveries, there's a lot of factors that go into determining what a particular recovery will be, but it all comes down to effective legal representation.
Successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. So meanwhile, if you didn't get your questions answered by telephone today, we're going to have our social media round in a few minutes. But you could also follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. I say this every day. If I know who you are, you look familiar to me, you seem like a familiar face or a familiar name, you've made a comment, or I'm just a really nice guy and feel like answering your question anyway, I'll be happy to do so. All you got to do is follow me at @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. Drop me a DM. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live. If you follow us at Bradshaw Live, you'll get the best of our behind the scenes with Pizza manning the Bradshaw Live Instagram account, along with the best of our show and everything associated with Bradshaw Live. In addition, you can enter our drawing to be pulled out of the name machine on Wednesday for a free consultation. All you got to do is find that post, which is somewhere on our Bradshaw Live Instagram account. I think it's 5 posts down, you said?
Yes.
And like that post, follow at Bradshaw Live on Instagram, and tag 5 friends, and you'll be entered into the name machine. And Boss Lady, a.k.a. Nesquik, she's got 2 names now.
Yeah.
So catching up to you. Your baby,
Catching up.
you have 3.
Yeah.
Right? What are your 3? Yo-Yo?
Yo-Yo, Yonathan, Elias.
No, yeah, Baby Boy.
Baby Boy.
Aren't you also Dr. Love?
Dr. Love.
Dr. Love. We haven't brought Dr. Love around in a while.
No, he hasn't been out for a while.
He hasn't been around. Maybe we got to bring Dr. Love back.
Yeah.
All right, and Yo-Yo, got anything to promote?
Yeah, at Yonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
All right, so here's not a fun fact. Here's a not so fun fact. Nearly as many pedestrians died in the last 10 years by hit-and-run vehicles as has been killed in the entire Vietnam War. Do you believe that? Yeah, the U.S. pedestrian death crisis is getting worse. The Governor's Highway Safety Association projected in a new report released yesterday that 6,590 people died along U.S. roadways in 2019. It's the highest total since 1988. It would also be about 307, or almost 5% more, than the 6,283 pedestrians who died in 2018. If the preliminary 2019 data holds, 57,897 pedestrians have died between 2009 and 2019, a total approaching the total number of names, more than 58,000, on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. There are no memorials for pedestrians hit by vehicles. There's a memorial for the Vietnam War.
Right.
There are more pedestrians now. That's a sad fact.
That is.
Pedestrians' deaths represent an increasing percentage of the total crash deaths. Now 12% in 2009. It's now 17% in 2018. So almost 1 out of every 5 deaths in a vehicle accident is a pedestrian on the side of the road. The report's author, Richard Redding, said in a statement, each year, thousands of additional people are dying in pedestrian crashes compared to a decade ago. Following 30 years of declining pedestrian fatalities, there has been a complete reversal of progress. Pedestrians are an inherent disadvantage in collisions, and we must continue to make a broad approach. So these are the factors in the report. There are more pedestrians dying at night. Warmer temperatures are prompting more nighttime outdoor activity. Alcohol is obviously a big problem, and distraction from smartphones. So here's some solutions. Better enforcement of driving violations, improvements in pedestrian infrastructure so that people can have more sidewalks to walk on, and wider use of automotive safety technology. With that all being said, Spar and Bernstein partner and personal injury attorney Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh recently joined me to discuss what to do if you are in fact a pedestrian or a bicyclist who was hit by a vehicle in the state of New York. Let's watch. According to statistics, car accidents cause over 40,000 fatalities and on average 2 million serious or permanent injuries every year in the United States. Unfortunately, it has been reported that these numbers continue to rise despite improvements in automobile safety features. Perhaps the reason is the number of drivers on the road. In 2019, there were more than 227 million licensed drivers in the United States, according to Carsurance.net. Statista.com reported that in 2017, New York was the state with the fourth highest amount of licensed drivers, coming in at over 12 million drivers. Serious vehicular accidents are terrifying and catastrophic to be involved in on many different levels, physically, emotionally, and financially. Having a good attorney to pursue compensation for you after a car accident is important because the process can be incredibly difficult even when all involved parties are insured. With me today to explain what to do if you or a loved one are involved in a serious automobile accident in New York is Spar and Bernstein partner and personal injury attorney Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh. Moshe, how are you?
Good, how are you, bud?
So we're talking car accidents today. We previously talked on a different segment about what to do if you're in a car accident, but we didn't talk about what do you do if you're a pedestrian on the street. In New York, Mayor de Blasio, one of his signature campaigns is to reduce the number of fatalities in the state of New York by cars hitting pedestrians, or at least certainly in the city of New York. As a matter of fact, I even read today, and we're only in early January, there are already pedestrians who have been knocked down and killed walking the streets of New York City by out-of-control vehicles. So what do you do? God forbid, you're on a street, you're in a crosswalk, you're on a sidewalk, and you get hit by a car. What do you do in these situations?
If you're a pedestrian and a motor vehicle strikes you, the first thing you should do is call the police. If you can't call the police, ask somebody to call the police. Get an ambulance at the scene of the accident immediately. Try not to move from your original position because that matters. You want to take pictures of the person who struck you, take a picture of his license plate because, Brad, you of all people know, people flee the scene of the accident because they're terrified of whether they're under the influence of alcohol, if they're uninsured. So get pictures as soon as you can.
All right, now let me ask you a question. You have pictures or you have an ambulance come. Is there any difference in the laws if you get hit by a car as a pedestrian versus as a driver? What do you got to be looking, obviously looking out for a car coming to hit you, but now that you've already been struck, what should you be doing once the police and ambulances are on the way?
So the difference between getting struck by a vehicle while you're pedestrian as opposed to being inside of a vehicle is whatever vehicle that you're inside of, if you're struck, that insurance company will pay for your no-fault benefits, as opposed to if you're struck as a pedestrian by a motor vehicle, that motor vehicle that struck you will pay for your no-fault benefits.
Okay, now talking about no-fault benefits, let's talk about what are no-fault benefits, what do you get, how do you get it, and is there a time frame in which you need to do it?
So the New York State has a no-fault insurance policy in effect, which states that regardless of whose fault an accident is, that insurance company will pay for your medical expenses that are reasonably necessary for your treatment, and they'll pay for your out-of-pocket expenses up to $25 per day, and they will pay for your lost wages, $2,000 per month, up to 3 years.
So why is it important to get a lawyer involved so quickly?
All right. So if you don't file for no-fault benefits within 30 days of the accident, Brad, your medical expenses become zero and you don't get any.
So you have a 30-day statute of limitations?
That's precisely what I would say, yeah.
Yes.
The statute of limitations, there are some exceptions, obviously, if, for example...
You're in a coma.
Correct. Or if you don't have the police report, because one of the requirements with your NF2, the no-fault application, is you must have a police report.
And this is in New York State, but really, for all intents and purposes, you got 30 days to get this no-fault application in.
The safe bet would be to file your no-fault no-fault benefits within 30 days. Don't take any risks.
Right. If I file no-fault benefits, we talked about this before, how does that affect me? Does it cost me money? Do I get charged somewhere down the line? Why am I going to want to file no-fault benefits? Maybe I'm better off financially not doing it.
Here's the beautiful part. If you file the no-fault benefits, your medical expenses will be paid for. The x-ray, the emergency room visit, any physical therapy that you may require, any surgery that you may require will be paid for. If you don't file for no-fault benefits, the insurance company has every legal right to say, thank you, but no thank you. You did not file on time. You are responsible for your medical expenses all by yourself.
Now, we see on a daily basis, besides pedestrians getting hit by vehicles, we see bicyclists getting hit by vehicles every day. It's a big problem here in New York City. Just last year, 29 people died as a result of getting struck by a car while on a bicycle. Is somebody who's on a bicycle, are they considered in the same position as a pedestrian? Could they ever be at fault for an accident? What's the difference between being on a bicycle versus being on your feet?
Well, remember, Brad, the facts do matter. Pedestrians as well as bicyclists can be found to be liable for a share of responsibility of how the accident occurred. But in terms of the law, it operates the exact same way. If a bicyclist is struck by a motor vehicle, that motor vehicle will qualify them for no-fault benefits.
Now, you've handled many cases where there was pedestrians and bicyclists hit by an automobile. Can you tell us about one of your great success stories?
So a few years ago, we had a pedestrian who was crossing at a marked crosswalk, the green light in her favor, when...
And by the way, I know this case that you're going to talk about. Just as a little background, this was a pedestrian, was a woman from Jamaica who just immigrated to the United States. She had a green card for about a year when this happened. And she was our client. She had her green card. And this is what happened. Now continue, Moshe.
So the green light is in her favor. She's crossing the street when a private ambulance, a commercial ambulance, strikes her while she's crossing the street. Now, mind you, both of them had the green light. She had the green light when she was crossing the street. The ambulance had the right green light to make the turn. However, the law requires the vehicle to yield to a pedestrian. That is the law. And this motor vehicle did not do that. Striked her at the intersection, caused serious injuries, and we recovered for her, Brad, almost $4.2 million.
$4.2 million for our client. We settled her case after she got struck by this ambulance. She was obviously seriously injured. We were able to obtain a life-changing numbers for her, $4.2 million settlement. We're getting struck by an ambulance in a crosswalk in New York City. And this was a lady, she was a middle-aged lady from Jamaica, just came to America with a green card for a year. Obviously, she has some very serious injuries. We don't wish that on anybody, but you were able to compensate her fully, and that is an amazing job, Moshe. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Brad.
And obviously, prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome, but I will tell you this. If you ever are in an automobile accident, you only have one opportunity to get the largest amount of money that you can for your case. Not every lawyer is the same. Not every lawyer is going to get you the same amount of money. You have one opportunity to get the biggest pie of money that you can. You don't have an opportunity to go back a second time. If you think that Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh and our entire team here at Spar and Bernstein is your team to help, then the best thing to do is put our telephone number in your phone right now. It's 1-800-529-5465. Please be safe. We don't want anybody to ever be injured, but God forbid you are. You do only have one opportunity to get the greatest amount of money you can, and I would suggest that you call Moshe the Bulldozer Borukh right here at Spar and Bernstein. Obviously, $4.2 million is an amazing settlement for that woman. Congratulations again, and thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Brad.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, Julian, let's do something we like to call social media checking.
All right, our first one comes from Celia Scott saying, I'm a librarian who came on a student visa and filed for work authorization, which was granted. I've been renewed it until 2008 due to financial problems, but I'm still working. Will I be eligible for the librarian bills?
When did she come?
I've been here since 2000.
Yes.
Dana Love saying, I have a friend, she's currently in her country and she wants to come back in June before her re-entry permit expires. Is it okay for her to come back without her son? She got divorced in October 2019. Is this going to be a problem in immigration?
As long as she has a re-entry permit and a lawful resident green card, she can come back.
Okay, Douglas saying, if one files AOS, what are the next steps?
Wait for immigration to fingerprint you, give you a work permit, eventually give you an interview.
Romo saying, I got convicted with a DUI and was put on 2-year probation. Can I travel outside the country? I was granted asylum.
Most likely, but I would like to see your disposition.
And saying, filed an AOS based on marriage in October, did the biometrics in November. December status changed to case ready to be scheduled for an interview. Nothing since then. EAD hasn't come in, and my U.S. citizen husband can barely keep a job because of his hip injury. Can we apply for EAD to be expedited or just keep waiting?
Unfortunately, you got to keep waiting, but if your EAD has been pending for more than 6-7 months, you should check with me. I understand your husband's not working. You may not have money for a consultation, but maybe it's worth it. I don't know.
Go to IG and get people to tag 5 friends,
and
10
do the free
friends.
consultation.
You can get a free consultation. Jessica Leamy saying, can a non-immigrant file taxes for his American-born child using a tax ID?
Yes.
Rebecca saying, I made 47.
But when you have a tax ID number, you're not going to get a refund until you get the Social Security number. So you're going to do it anyway. When you get your social, you'll get all the refund back for year after year after year that you've done.
Rebecca saying, I made $47,000. Hubby's interview is in 2 weeks. Does it affect him?
Yes.
Okay. Ayanda saying, would someone need to show joint taxes with spouse when filing the I-751?
Yes.
Stephanie saying, as financial documents or tax return, is it okay to send copies of all the W-2s, 1099s, and pay stub statements 2019 year?
3 in a row, yes.
Okay. Wisdom saying, I'm a U.S. citizen. I filed an I-130 a year ago for my husband 5 months ago. I got the RFE, which I sent immediately. I did service requests twice. I'm out of normal processing time. What should I do?
Threaten a mandamus.
Sexy Shan Myers saying, I don't know if I was hearing clearly, but I'm going to ask, I filed a VAWA over a year ago and nothing as of yet. Can I pay the fee and get a work permit and Social Security?
The answer is yes. You can file an adjustment and pay the $12.25 and you'll get a work permit.
Julian saying, Brad, my interview is coming up, but I am currently pregnant on Medicaid. Would that affect my interview? Would the public charge affect me?
No.
Christopher is saying, what kind of bona fide evidence is recommended if my spouse doesn't have a SSN? In places like Puerto Rico, they can't even open up a bank account.
Prove you live together. And as far as a financial documentation, you can open up a bank account. Just don't have an interest-bearing account. They'll open up a bank account jointly for you.
Okay. Tanya is saying, I'm in Jamaica, F2B category, priority date is current. Submitted all documents on CEAC, and I'm awaiting my case to be renewed. Does the sponsor have to redo the affidavit of support due to the new rule?
They may have to do that additional affidavit of support, which is the 9441 or the DS, whatever numbers.
And last one right now, Simpson asking for a friend. His wife cheated, got pregnant, and had the baby, but they did not put on the form that 485. Will immigration find out the wife had a baby?
If they got any government assistance, yes. And your misrepresentation, and that is a material misrepresentation, because if your wife had a baby outside of the marriage, they may consider your marriage to be something less than bona fide. So I think you need to have a consultation.
All right.
So now, we had mentioned early in the week that our very own Yonathan Elias had his face reveal party at the Palm 2 restaurant in New York City last weekend. Yonathan's face was painted on the wall of the restaurant as an homage to him and the work he does for the African American community. Bradshaw Live was on the scene to cover this very special event. There he is. Let's check it out.
What's up, everybody? This is Yonathan Elias, and we are here at the Palms 2 restaurant in New York City. It's a special day. I got all of my friends and family here. As you can see, they are grubbing. And today is a special day because I have my face painted on the wall right there. Stay tuned. We're going to do the unveiling soon.
The restaurant, we're one of the original steakhouse staples in New York. We've been around since 1926. We're the Palm What we do is we present you with a family atmosphere. We love you. We cook great food. The drawings on these walls that you guys see, these are our family members. They love us so much. They come so often to where we want to represent their presence. We want to say, thank you. What's really important about being African American and being successful is that we reach out and we network together. We are a minority, we're not a majority of individuals who are just educated and striving to do great things in their local community. So with me having the blessing of having a platform to where I can literally put a magnifying glass on those who are in the community doing that work, I think that's really important. And I'm very thankful of that Yonathan shares that passion with me to be able to do that. We are really, really excited to have partnered with Yonathan because he's definitely a person of the community, and he definitely gives back to his community, and he definitely is a staple in this community. He's very relevant, and we thought that he was the best choice.
With that being said, if this picture don't look okay, so
listen, because y'all already know if it don't look like me, it's gonna be some problems up here. What I represent is my culture, so I made sure that they put, because you ain't seen nothing like this out here, so I made sure they put my African flags on there as well. To represent for us. Africans. Just because you're not African, there are some Africans here, but if you're not African, what you guys can relate to is you work hard to get to what you want. You work hard, you love your family. We all are the same people. So this is you guys on there as well. It's not just me, this is everybody here. So I love you guys so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see.
I love it. Yes. Woo! Thank you. Oh, thank you for making me look buff. You know what I mean? Y'all got the forehead. Yeah. So y'all, anytime y'all come, be like, hey, I know this little dude. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Semhar. I'm here with my brother, Yonathan. So I'm just really incredibly proud of who he is and how he's represented our community. Our family just coming from East Africa and Nigeria, and everything that they've done, right? He has really embodied all the hard work that our family has done to get us here. And so just seeing that he has been represented on the wall for all his hard work and what he means to the Ethiopian, Eritrean, Nigerian community, I'm just so incredibly proud. He really is just an example of, I would even say just like the African immigrant dream come to life. And so I'm just really inspired by him every day.
He's just a great energy person that really wants to connect people and share his message of love.
So, to you, my brother.
Yeah! Cheers! Woo! I'm so happy y'all came. Look. They're gonna have to paint the Nigerian flag as well, though. But look, I gotta give the pre-warning. But this is. It's crazy. All right, everyone. Thank you again so much for joining me on this special evening. You guys, I want you guys to remember, this is Black History Month. So this is for all of you guys out there that are working so hard to whatever you want to do. I want you to leave with this. Don't ever give up, because this can happen. And you have all these beautiful people as well supporting you. I want you to show them all. Everybody, what's up? We out. And the party's gonna continue. Peace.
All right. Well, congratulations. It's
Thank you.
quite an honor.
Yes.
And it was nice that they did it on Black History Month.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you actually referenced that. So that was really nice too.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, this is a winning moment for all of us. This is what I represent. This is my brand, is to inspire and motivate people who don't usually see themselves on TV or in the entertainment industry, and always to give back. Like once you make it, you don't forget about where you came from. So
congratulations.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, but I wasn't invited for the free dinner.
You actually were.
I was.
Yes, you were.
Oh, I wasn't around.
There you go.
That's right. I was out of the country. Good point. Because I would have come. I'm like, wait, why wasn't I there?
I told you all to come. I told you this was a special moment.
That's right. Well, congratulations, nevertheless. It's very proud of you.
Thank you.
And everyone's proud of you. We were so proud of you, we sent the camera crew.
I know. And
we sent the
that meant
camera
a lot.
crew. We sent the camera crew. Now, I want you to know something.
Yes.
I, too, am on the wall at the Palm.
Look at you.
There I am. I'm right below A-Rod. If you notice.
Yeah, that's J-Lo's, right?
Yeah, I'm right below A-Rod, but this is the Palm downtown.
Wow.
But unlike you, nobody threw me a party. They just put my face up and they said, there.
I think that's still a huge accomplishment, though.
Right. I just got my face up,
Look
but
at you.
nobody gave me any free food.
Look, yeah. Well, you know, we can't all have what we want.
No, we can't. All right, speed round. We're gonna answer 10 immigration questions. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. I don't think we're doing it. In 1 minute.
10 seconds.
10 seconds for each question.
So, guys, I'm not gonna say y'all names. So make sure you just know your question, because I'm not saying your names. All right, ready?
Go.
How can someone fire their current lawyer and hire you? Thank you.
Hire me.
Okay.
We didn't start the.
Should that be one?
All right. Do we
that
have,
was from my Dukes.
Do we have an 11th question there? All right.
We should.
The answer is you just hire me, and we'll fire the other lawyer.
Okay.
Okay. Start again. Ready? Go.
My I-130 form is in process. How can I work?
You can't. You got to file an adjustment.
Can my spouse get his citizenship if we did not file jointly in 2019?
Based on 5 years, yes, but not 3.
My adjustment of status was denied. My husband divorced me. Can I marry my boyfriend?
Yeah.
Can you apply for citizenship if you did not file jointly? Can an immigrant use a tax ID to file tax for themselves and a U.S.-born child?
Yes, we answered that question, but you're not going to get your tax refund until you get a social.
I want to file for my daughter in Jamaica. What forms do I need to file, and how long is the process?
I-130.
What is the name of the additional form that must be completed with the affidavit of support, I-864?
The 945 or 944 or something like that.
Okay, I have an N400 interview coming up. Can you share tips?
Yes, no government history and civics.
Why do you say DS 5540 public charges 20 plus pages and take over 5 hours to complete?
Because the 944 is, and that's what they say it is.
If a person is denied a green card, is the person work permit, driver's license still good?
Ouch.
What was that? Was that the last one?
Ouch. I don't know.
These were. Dang.
By the way, the 5.5 hours is for the immigration form. That's what they estimate it's going to take to complete.
Oh, okay. They didn't understand that.
Not the DS form.
Okay. If a person is denied a green card, is that person's work permit, driver's license, and Social Security still good?
No. The Social Security is good. Driver's license is valid until it expires. And what was the other?
I just deleted it.
Okay. Comments of the day, Yonathan. Comments of the day.
All right, our first comment of the day comes from the famous Sandra Salinas saying, "Squat up. Just want to thank you all. The show really helps me feel better."
Oh, very nice.
Nice. Oh, so if you're sick, watch the show.
Thank you.
The second comment of the day comes from Paulette Bryce Cameron saying, "Brad is the best immigration lawyer in the USA. Giving you some trophies and medals."
I don't know what that meant, but it's kind of like a.
I think you should have just did like a jump shot.
Should have done a jump shot, but instead I
said-
did a push. I don't know what I did there.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Know what the hell that was.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right.
But, our third comment of the day comes from Cordelli Scarlett. Brad, you the best.
That's it?
Wait. 5-star general.
Okay.
You got me my green card.
All right, very nice. Thank you.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I didn't understand that.
Right.
With the 5 and the
Yeah,
stars.
the stars, right.
I get it now. All right, our fourth comment of the day comes from Florence saying, watching from Papua New Guinea.
New Guinea, wow, very nice.
Wow, Brad, your answers are short and straight to the point.
Thank you very much.
That's how it should be.
Thank you.
And our last one for the week.
Yes.
Vibrant 38. My favorite show of all, sweeter than a secret lover.
Ooh.
Big up to the squad every
Ooh.
time.
Who said that?
This is Vibrant 38.
By Brent?
This is on Instagram. Instagram, Instagram
better
comes
than
with some fun.
better than a secret lover?
You're sweeter than a secret lover.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
Wow, wow, wow.
All right, everybody. I think that ends our show.
There you go.
A little anticlimactic there. We'll see you all on Monday. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?